Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Scrub the Tarnished. I am a new Elden Ring invader. Well, I guess I need to start calling myself somewhat new. I've been doing this for almost a year now, so I've gained quite a bit of experience, but I'm still gonna consider myself a noob invader for clickbait purposes, simply just for that. But welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is my Dexterity lightning build, and I've been having a lot of fun using this build. I honestly might respec to give myself a little bit of extra endurance because I go through it a lot, and I have 70 dexterity on this build, so I think it's a little overkill, but where the 70 comes from, you get 3 points for wearing the Okina mask, and then I have the Millicent's prosthesis talisman, which gives you 5 extra points. So technically I have 62 dex, but that plus 8 from the external sources. So I think I might just get up to like 65 and then point or give some more points in endurance. I haven't had enough coffee today, so forgive me if I stumbled my words a lot. But yeah, so this is the first time I invade these guys. They all didn't have a lot of health, but I'm still learning how to like manage fighting 3 people at once. It's hard. It's hard. I hope that, I mean, I've never invaded in Dark Souls 3 before. I've completed the game, but I've never invaded before. I really hope that there's a maximum, or there's an increase in the maximum amount of players that are in one session in Elden Ring. It would be nice to have 2 invaders with 4 phantoms. It would make the game a lot better. I'm sure it would be a 2v or 1v2 or 2 1v2s. That's hard, but to have more invaders and more phantoms would be fun. But yeah, that was the first time out of 2 that I invaded those guys. They got me the first time, but it is what it is. But this one was pretty funny. These 2 players right here were using absurd uses to kill this dragon, especially this wizard. So you know I had to go up for the backstab and just eradicate this wizard because I didn't want them to kill the dragon, otherwise I'd go home. So I had to come in quick and think quick. So yeah, shout out the dragon for helping me out here. It managed to kill the host itself with its glintstone breath. I wonder if that was like a little head nod to me, like, yo, what's up, invader? And I was like, oh, you know, not much, dragon, just out here helping you out, killing invaders because that's what we do best. Yes, so this is, like I said, my Dex Lightning build. I've been enjoying it a lot. I've realized how many people have used builds like this and say that the damage is absurd, and they're 100% right. But I've never used a build like this before, and I'm enjoying it quite a lot. So give me some grace and allow me to experience what it's like to be a new Elden Ring invader. At the same time, I should probably start making more unique builds. So I need to really stop just copying off of other YouTubers. But hey, it is what it is. You know, you got to start somewhere. So I'm sure over time, like the more I do this, the more unique and interesting builds I will make. I don't know why I tried to hit that lobster. I just wanted to see if it will aggro or like at least wake it up. So in case the host tries to do some goofy stuff, I'll just lead it to the lobsters. But yeah, so here we have a Crab Shack duelist. We have new to PvP, and I was gonna message them on Steam like, hey man, there's a Coliseum. I hope you know that. There's no reason for you to be calling in invaders to do a 1v1 duel when there's a Coliseum. But I mean, I'm somewhat an honor red, so I might as well give them the satisfaction of letting them, you know, get the PvP experience to Elden Ring. So this guy, for someone new to PvP, he's not bad. He wasn't bad. It ended up being a draw. But I tried bringing out the Arumi here. I haven't really used whips at all. So I don't really know proper ways to fight with them. But I put the Lightning Ram Ash of War. I realized that I thought you like to constantly roll, you would just have to hold down L2, and I was wrong, and so I was super confused. Like, why am I only doing like one somersault? So what I found out is that you don't hold it down or press it once. You have to like continuously press L2, and then you'll continue to roll. So that was stupid of me. So I pulled out the Storm Stomp instead, because I know if you get the Storm Stomp and then go into the Charged R2, you could eventually like roll catch if the first part of the R2 does not hit. Unfortunately, you do not see that here. I think it might be a latency issue. But yeah, there's me being stupid with the Irumi because I don't really know how to fight with whips. I know whips are very good at like spacing. Excuse me. They cover a lot of distance, so it's like, bam, there is the draw. So good fight, new to PvP. Welcome to the community. Go to the Coliseum, please. Thank you. But yeah, no, it ended up being a draw, but it was just a nice little cheeky 1v1, trying to figure out, like, hey, what weapons do I want to keep on this build? Because I have quite a lot of weapons, and a good select of those I do not use. Like, I have dual straight swords that I do not use. But here we have another dragon spot invasion. I don't really know what to call this spot. But the dragon was also a wizard, apparently, because the dragon just appeared out of nowhere, out of thin air. No wonder this dragon just likes to mess me up, because I do not like wizards. I do not like the terrain in this game because it messes me up. And I do not like blues. And so what I found out this dragon to be is a wizard. No wonder it likes to hurt me. So I'm kind of debating about whether or not I want to be nice to this dragon or not. But you gotta give the dragon some grace because it killed the host. So shout out the wizard dragon, I guess. But yeah, I've started doing this just for comedic effects because you don't lose your runes after a short amount of time after you kill the host. But yeah, the Ruin-Strewn Precipice is not only fun to say, but it is also one of my favorite places to invade. You'll see like halfway in this video that I decided to switch up my inventory, so I made my talisman slots a little more optimal. By the way, nobody ever uses the hammer talisman, so I just discarded it. If I want the hammer talisman, I'll just go into New Game Plus, have Recusant Henricus invade me, and yeah, but I don't think I've ever seen anybody use the hammer talisman, so there's no reason for me to use it, especially on a dex build as well. I really do enjoy the commentary that I'm providing, but the Grandma Bat, that's what I call them, the Grandma Bat, her song is very interesting. No idea what she's saying, but it's messing up my commentary and my gameplay. Like I thought the people were gonna come up the ladder, but I was 100% wrong. I wish I had volcano pots, because if players are walking up ladders, we'll just go with that. If they're climbing up ladders, you can throw a volcano pot and it'll cause them to stumble and fall because it burns through their stamina when they're on a ladder. Unfortunately, I didn't have any volcano pots. I don't really use cracked pots or ritual pots at all. So I just thought, you know what, I'm gonna challenge these guys. Why don't you come up here and I'll give you a nice warm embrace in my lightning thunderstorm cloud of death. And they accepted the invitation. So I was like, here's my hug of lightning. But they were afraid. I don't know why they were afraid. I'm just trying to be friendly. I guess I'm just a little too friendly that it hurts. If any, I need therapy. I need therapy. No, not really. And I'm sorry. Not sorry if that's offensive to people who do go to therapy. I've been to plenty of therapy in my life, so like I get it. I get it, but take a joke. Take a joke. But yeah, the Godskin Peeler is one of my favorite weapons to use in Elden Ring. I talked about it in the last video. It's a very versatile weapon, but I don't know why I thought it would be a good idea to just face trade with that Phantom. He had a halberd, but he instead decided to just, you know, spam L1 with his offhand dagger, so I guess we'll just go with it. I really enjoyed this dude. His name is Pathetic Sort. I love people with witty names like that. This is my first time using the Shamshir on this build. I think curved swords are very good, like chase down weapons. I like the quick attack move set, but I'm just having a hard time finding like a good opportunity to use them. And I tried using the I forgot what that sword is, but the one that has like the really unique R2. I enjoy the dance with it, and having sword dance is kind of appropriate to put on that sword. Is it the flowing something? If someone remind me what the name of the sword is in the comments, and I'll give you a cookie. But yeah, no, I haven't really tried to use it, so that's why I used Endure to try to get off that R2, because the dance is quite unique. I do enjoy the dance that you do with the R2. You do like a little boogie, and if people try to stop you doing your little boogie, they'll get eradicated. So, but yeah, I haven't really found good uses for curved swords in invasions. But yeah, this is an example of what not to do with the Hand of Millennia. I think it's essential to have the Hand of Millennia on Dex builds, but as you can see, this is a terrible idea. So use the Hand of Millennia where you have more ground to cover. I've seen people get to hidden places of the Elden Ring map using the Ash of War because you don't take fall damage, or like depending how far you fall. But I've seen people get to like quote unquote secret areas using this Ash of War. But yeah, no, definitely was a bad idea on my part. So people take notes. This is not what you do with the Hand of Millennia. So I was a little stupid in some parts of this invasion. I let these two players burn through my Estus, but that's okay. We had a Bloodhound's Fang with a fingerprint shield. We could obviously tell what their skill level is with that setup. And then we have a Moonlight Greatsword user that I still fell to the hand of their R2 beams, or whatever you want to call them. But yeah, I think this was like my first or second invasion on today. So I was still in the process of quote-unquote warming up because I am not good. No. But eventually I win, and you'll see soon. But I just do a bunch of little stupid things, like wanting to run into their attacks. So Spinning Slash is a wonderful Ash of War to put on the Nagakiba. I took off Sword Dance on my other Nagakiba and put on a Piercing Fang. I haven't used it yet, but I know that it's a good Ash of War to have on the Nagakiba since it is the weeb stick, and it is a long weeb stick. It can cover a lot of distance with that Ash of War. So it's good to have like multiple of the same weapon. Like I have two of these katanas, I have two Godskin Peelers, I have two Sacred Butchering Knives, and each one of them has two different Ashes of War, so it's a good mix-up, you know? I love playing mind games. I should make a build that is just like straight tomfoolery, straight mind games to play. I don't really know how I will do that, but I will think upon it, and hopefully we will have good YouTube content to use with that soon-to-be build. So yeah, Thunderbolt is a good Ash of War. I put it on something like the Godskin Stitcher because the running R2 is a good chase down, and Thunderbolt on a chase down weapon is just even better. So we give them the not bad nod and the respectful bow because we got to make them feel like they're somewhat good at the game. Welcome back to, well, actually, I didn't know if there's going to be multiple Phantoms here, and I got greeted by Red Lightning. So yeah, no, I'm going to establish this now. I do not like this dragon. I thought it's been helpful in sometimes, but only out of its own benefit and not mine. So for example, the game ate my input, aka that's an excuse of I'm just bad, I should have rolled earlier. So no, so I think this is now the establishing moment that the dragon is not my friend. I don't think it will ever be my friend, but it can come in handy sometimes. But yeah, welcome back to will the boss kill the players? I know this isn't really a boss, but I just wanted to see if this host will make it through this fight with the dragon. So let me know in the comments whether or not you think this host will make it. I guess if in a situation like this, if the hosts or if players do make it against bosses, either A, I get sent home if it was like a Millennia Fog Wall, but they're still in the fight and I'm in the invasion. But if players like this do defeat big enemies like the dragon, then I'll just go and jump off a cliff. That is their reward for making it. So I don't know. I just wanted to see if the host would be brave enough to go for it. He wasn't. It was he had a very weird build, and he didn't want to go fight the dragon, but he had plenty of opportunity to unlock this side of grace, but he didn't. He was like, you know what, scrub, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go for the dragon. I'm gonna be brave. And look at my brave little warrior right here, using the magic shrouded tier thing that boosts your magic damage, but also using Black Flame Tornado, which I don't understand the reasoning for, so I don't know. But the dragon managed to win the fight, so there's your answer. The host did not make it, so I'm gonna rest at the side of grace for him, even though it's not unlocked, but just out of commemoration for him. So yeah, that was the game. Here we have, I don't know why people decide to gank here, because Muriel, the dog is just chilling right there. Like, what if people accidentally hit him? Like, that's so cruel. I've never once hit that dog before in my time of playing Elden Ring. And if people are cruel enough to do that, then I will find them and I will tickle them until they can no longer function as a human being. So if you hit the dog, sleep with one eye open tonight. So I don't even know how I managed to get through that dude with the dual lances, because those are quite intimidating to go up against. And I had to give my dude, my red, a little bit of a hand. So like, if he was getting ganked next to the dog church, I had to help him out. I wasn't gonna let this red go against the host. I wasn't just gonna watch. I had to provide justice, because we're reds. We're like anti-ganks. We are the one to get ganked. So whenever there's a calling to help out a fellow red, I must take it. But here we are back at the Mogwin Palace with I don't even know what to call these guys. If anybody has like a meme name to give these blood zombies, feel free to put that in the comments. But no idea why the host decided to disguise himself. I could see that like hue coming off of him. I've been trying to use the Lanciax spear or whatever, the lightning spear, the sniping spear, but I haven't really been able to get kills with it. But I did manage to knock off that host with a single arrow, so I thought that was funny and wanted to include that for you guys. But yeah, that is that invasion. Here we have a Grace Duelist. This guy's build was very interesting. We have the Beast. I don't know why people use that hideous cloak. I don't even know why that cloak is in here. It's like the pyramid head from what's it called? Silent Hill? I believe so. But no, this guy had a very interesting build. He had the that one colossal sword, and then it's like an int faith strength build, because he had enough int and faith to use that incantation, and then enough strength to obviously wield this sword, and then the shield the anti-wizard shield, that's what I call it. Here's me being an idiot, because I thought that I couldn't really get him with my R2 poke with the Nagakiba, so I wanted to pull out the dagger to see if I could quickly get rid of him, and it did not work. So luckily neither did his shield, but we decided to get another. Here's another draw. He glitched out, so I didn't know if I would die and not be able to kill him, but I mean, hey, it worked out. It turned out to be a draw, so we both got each other with a lightning strike. So GG the Beast. Please go to the Colosseum. Here we are at the royal capital, kind of fitting because there's a giant ass dead dragon right there. I wonder, like, imagine if there was a part of the game where you would go back in time to fight that big ass dragon. Well, actually, no, that's the entire point of fighting Placidusax. So I don't know, but it would be cool if we saw that giant dragon alive in this game. Maybe in the DLC. I don't know if there will be dragons in the DLC. I doubt it. But yeah, I enjoy fighting in the knockoff round table hold. Or I guess this is like the original round table hold. I don't know what would be the original, the one that you like, the hub, the main hub. So yeah, so we have, I don't know what was going on here. I obviously knew that the host was that statue in the middle. I'm just gonna pretend that he doesn't exist. No, never mind. I did the complete opposite. I don't know what was going on with the Phantom as well, so I just wanted to go for the backstab to see, like, hey, I hope you know you're not actually a statue either. So the host was mad at my backstabbing, so I wanted to just have some fun here. So interesting place to fight, where like the big side of grace on the table, but that was a very quick invasion. It sucks because I had a warp to find them. I wasn't really sure where they were. I wish people didn't have to hide. I don't like playing games of hide and seek when I am invading, especially when I'm recording too, because it's annoying. But yeah, here we are back at the Brace of the Halig Tree with Shy Ronnie again, that and their group of friends that I was invading. That was the first invasion in this video, so we go for the salty run back. I know I posted one of my second video on YouTube was about salty run backs, but I'm the one to lose the salty run back, so it's more so for their win. But yeah, so I finally was able to like do a lot of damage with the Cragblade thrusting sword, which was pretty nice. It does a lot of damage, especially when you charge it. I know it's one of those Ashes of War that benefit off of Godfrey's icon, but I was not quick enough to get to it there, but that's okay. So I didn't know what to expect at first on this fight. I didn't even realize that you could give those little scarabs the bubble as well. So I knew that repositioning and getting my buffs on would be best. My computer still loves to do that thing, so this was a perfect opportunity to use the bow. Honestly, I could use the strength talisman and that gives you like 5 extra strength and use the Radahn's bow, but that's a matter of how good my hard swapping is. So, you know, this is a perfect opportunity to use the great bow. Obviously, we kill one player right there. I don't know why when you let go of aiming down the sight after using a bow, if you have the bubble on, it keeps on making that shing, the shing noise. I don't know how else to describe a noise rather than trying to replicate it myself. So I haven't had a chance to use the dual Naginatas yet because I haven't really dealt with players that mean. But yeah, Sacred Butchering Knife. It's a really good weapon. I really enjoy it a lot. So we managed to get the win against Shy Ronnie. Good fight to them and their team, and we give the respectful bow because, you know, they got me the first time. It was an honorable fight, and so is this one. So yes, that is the end of this YouTube video. This is oh, I forgot to tell the name of this dude. This is a Quicksilver. It's level 138. Say what up, Quicksilver. It's level 138, 70 Dexterity, 8 points benefit from external sources like the Okina Mask and the Millicent's Prosthesis. We got 60 Vigor, as you should normally have. Even Quicksilver agrees with the head nod. But yeah, that's the video. I hope you enjoy whatever you're going to do after you are done watching this video. I love you, and be good to yourselves, and expect more content extremely soon. Okay, bye. I love you.